Okay, so I wanted to share how to properly do a parasite cleanse without really screwing yourself up because I constantly see all these parasite cleanse products for sale or patients bring them into me, and it's literally just the bug killer part of a parasite cleanse with absolutely no support for the liver or the gut or any indication of how to do it properly because most of us are gung-ho like, hey, I want to get this done. I want to get it done fast and I want to be aggressive and, really kill this thing and see weird things in the toilet. But that's not always the best way to approach a parasite cleanse. I always tell patients, like, I only am going to give you a anti-parasite product when I feel like your immune system and your gut is strong enough to handle it, because parasite die-off is extremely toxic. It can be very high in histamine. It can really like aggravate your gut lining. It can be very, very uncomfortable. So if you're just randomly going at an anti-parasite product, chances are you're going to be very uncomfortable very quickly. It's normal to become extremely, extremely bloated with the die-off and have like a lot of skin reactions and just like feeling like everything's backed up and plugged up lymphatically. So here's a few ideas on ways to make this a smoother process and also not to make yourself so uncomfortable in the meantime. So my first rule is if you start to have very negative die-off reactions, whether that's the extreme bloating or skin problems or brain fog or something, like it's okay to slow down your cleanse process. So if you're taking, let's say, like 3 pills a day of a parasite cleanse and you're feeling horrible, it's fine to go down to 1 pill. Even on most of the products we carry in our office, I end up having people only take like 1 pill 3 or 4 times a week at first, just to like gradually work their way into the cleanse so that they're not miserable in the meantime. If you're the kind of person that can just jump right in, take 3 pills a day, and have no negative reactions, awesome, but that's definitely not the norm. Most people I find that have bad parasites do have the bad die-off reactions where they have to take things slow. It's normal to expect your cleanse process to take about 3 months. So don't jump into it thinking like, oh, 10 days and it's going to be gone. I always say, it takes about 3 months and usually multiple bottles to get through and completely clear things out. You can speed the process up by eating properly. So if you're eating like a paleo type diet where you're really eliminating a lot of sugar and a lot of processed foods and a lot of the easy to digest carbs, you are going to make this happen faster because the more that you're eating, the high sugar, high carb foods through this, like parasites love those foods. So they're really going to keep flourishing the more that you eat them. So definitely going on any type of low sugar diet, especially something that's like paleo, is really going to make this a better process so that you're not just riding a roller coaster of, oh, I killed some, oh, they're back, oh, I killed some, oh, they're back. Like it'll go faster if you eat cleaner, right? So a few other things that are helpful is taking like a detox product while you're doing the parasite cleanse. And this can be done in a way where maybe you take the parasite product for a week and then detox for a week and kind of go back and forth or go back and forth every other day. But either way, when you're taking any type of detox product, like we usually use one called Clearbite, like we mostly use Apex Energetics products in our practice. But having that liver detox or just any type of binder to help draw the toxins out of the system is going to be beneficial. Because, like I said, parasite die-off is extremely toxic. It's very difficult for your liver and your gut and, yeah, just really all of your lymphatics to handle. So, any type of increase in flow in that area is going to be beneficial. Definitely, if you're kind of person that gets the extreme bloating from the die-off, then we want to add a few gut repair products as well. So something in combination with like L-glutamine and black licorice, like this repair product we have, is going to be beneficial just for calming down the guts in the meantime so that they're not so inflamed and aggravated. There is an area of your gut called the ileocecal valve that's in your lower right abdomen that tends to be a huge hiding place for a lot of parasites. So a lot of times when your parasites are active, you'll have a lot of lower right abdominal pain. Sometimes it can even like mimic appendicitis because it's right in the same area. But taking something like a repair product with the L-glutamine and black licorice, like I said, in combination with maybe some type of probiotic, especially probiotics with Saccharomyces, are going to be beneficial for battling out the parasites and just again like making you more comfortable in the process and really healing the gut and kind of making it so that the gut environment you're creating is an area where those parasites no longer want to live so that they hopefully exit. Um, Parasites can definitely be in any area of your body. They don't have to be in the gut. That's just what we find to be the most common, just because that's where most of our bacteria lives. And, when you get exposed to a lot of parasites, it's in, at restaurants or going out to eat, or it's in our food system, right? So, like, a lot of times they are going in that area, but they can hide like literally anywhere. I've had patients that have weird, like cysts or boils that burst when they go do a parasite cleanse, and that can be anywhere on their body. Just like I said, it just kind of depends on where the parasite is hiding. It could be in any of your body tissues. So you could have, an exit in any area. Like I've had people have it in the armpit or in the groin or, in the neck. Definitely any area where there's like higher concentration of lymph tissue tends to be where they make an exit. So coming out the skin is very common. Coming out in the bowels is very common. That's why you see all these pictures of people taking pictures of their poop where you can see it. I've even had patients where it comes out during their menstrual cycle, like in some of that tissue. So it really can come out anywhere. But the important thing is to have the detox type binding products just to help your body get it out so that you're not just drowning in the die off. So those are very important things to consider when you're on this. And then let's see if we can get to the bottom here. Um, so yeah, so if you're going through those die-off reactions, treat yourself similar to as if you had the flu. Like make sure you're pushing the fluids. You could do like hot baths, like the magnesium salt baths. Some people like coffee enemas can help. Um, like really being gentle about what foods you put in your gut, maybe like sticking to broths for a couple days, make sure you're getting extra sleep. Like all of those things to be friendly to your immune system are also things that are going to really help with the parasite cleanse type programs. So I hope that gives you guys some indications on things to include or things to avoid when you're going through this. But my biggest recommendation is always just take it slow. Is definitely a slow and steady wins the race thing with parasite cleanses. We do not have to go faster, harder, more aggressive to get things to work. You really want to be gentle to your body, allow your immune system to do its job, allow your liver to do its job as it's trying to help you out with those toxic byproducts, and just expect that it's going to be a couple month process to really get a handle on it. So if you're interested in any Parasite Cleanse type products, I will put links below that you can reach out to me and I can put together a program for you. So have a great day.